The Gilded Sparrow estate shimmered with magic, a place where dreams became reality. At least, that's what everyone believed. Elara Vance, the planner, was a legend. Her weddings were the talk of the town, praised for their flawless beauty. Every detail was immaculate. Golden lighting, the scent of white roses and eucalyptus, and a sense of exclusivity. Couples paid dearly for an Elara Vance wedding, convinced their day would be one of a kind. But beneath the surface, a pattern was forming. The ceremonies always featured the same string quartet, the same cascade of cream roses, the same aisle of white petals. Brides stood under identical willow arches, bathed in fairy lights. Guests marveled at the originality, never noticing the repetition. The four-tiered lemon and elderflower cake, the soulful acoustic first dance, the signature Evermore elixir, each detail repeated, event after event. Elara moved with serene precision, orchestrating every moment, every photo, every laugh and tear. She curated memories, perfecting a formula she used again and again. The magic was real, but so was the sameness. Each couple toasted with the same drink, under the same lights, believing their story was unique. Elara's genius was in making each wedding feel special, even as the echoes grew louder. The guests sighed, the couples beamed, and no one saw the pattern, at first. The repetition was subtle, hidden by the illusion of exclusivity. But the whispers of white roses were starting to sound like an echo. The fairy tale was flawless, but it was also a script. Elara wasn't just planning weddings, she was replicating them. The formula was perfect, maybe too perfect, and soon someone would notice. The magic of the Gilded Sparrow was about to be questioned. It began with a blog post. 6 months after her wedding, Chloe stumbled upon another Gilded Sparrow event online. The photos were hauntingly familiar. The willow arch, the white roses, the cake, identical to her own. The signature cocktail, the Evermore elixir, appeared again, described as uniquely crafted. Chloe's excitement turned to dread as she compared her wedding album to the blog. Every detail matched, down to the sugar flowers on the cake and the handwritten place cards. The first dance song, the menu, the decor, everything was a mirror image. Chloe realized her unique day was a template. The specialness she'd cherished began to crumble. Her wedding was not a singular story, but a product. The moments she thought were personal were staged, part of a script. There was no confrontation, just Chloe in her living room, illuminated by the cold glow of her laptop. The thread had been pulled. The tapestry of her wedding day was unraveling. She felt betrayed, foolish, and alone. The discovery was quiet, but devastating. Chloe's perfect day was a copy. The illusion was shattered. She wondered how many others had the same experience. The unraveling had begun, and there was no turning back. The truth was out there, waiting to be found. Chloe's story was just the first. The pattern was no longer hidden. The echo was growing louder. Chloe couldn't let it go. She searched for other Gilded Sparrow weddings online, finding photo after photo of the same scene. She reached out to Maya, another bride, and together they compared their unique days. The similarities were undeniable. The willow arch, the white roses, the golden hour portraits. Soon, they found more brides, Olivia, Sarah, and others, each with the same story. They formed a group chat, the Evermore Brides. Each woman had believed she was Elara's muse, only to discover she was following a script. They shared details, the same planning meetings, the same phrases from Elara, the same questionnaire. No matter their preferences, the outcome was always the same elegant, ethereal palette. Requests for personal touches were gently deflected. Elara steered every bride toward her vision, not theirs. The group chat became a space for grief and anger. They realized they were actors in Elara's play, not the stars of their own stories. The sense of betrayal was deep. Their weddings were not reflections of themselves, but of Elara's brand. The illusion of uniqueness was gone. They had all been sold the same dream. The chorus of identical vows grew louder. The Evermore brides were united by disappointment. Their perfect days were perfect copies. The truth was undeniable. Ilara's blueprint was precise, a masterclass in efficiency disguised as artistry. Every wedding began with the same string quartet, the same golden hour ceremony, the same menu. The reception layout, the centerpieces, the lighting, unchanged. Even the emotional beats were choreographed speeches, cake cutting, first dance. The illusion of choice masked a rigid system. Vendors followed the same instructions, maximizing profit and minimizing error. Ilara delivered a flawless product every time. Brides thought they were buying a masterpiece. In reality, they were buying a high-quality print. The system was seamless, the experience repeatable. The magic was in the execution, not the originality. Ilara's secret weapon was control. The weddings were perfect, but interchangeable. The blueprint never changed. The promise of uniqueness was just part of the show. The truth hit each bride differently, but the sense of loss was universal. Chloe felt shame, her cherished photos now reminders of a lie. Maya was angry, realizing she'd paid for a brand, not a bespoke experience. Olivia grieved, her happiest day now tainted by manipulation. Each woman replayed conversations, seeing how their desires were gently erased. The intimacy of planning had been a sales tactic. Their weddings reflected Ilara, not themselves. The group bonded over shared disappointment, but also compared who had been given the better version of the template. They confronted a hard truth. They'd all wanted the same thing, a perfect, Instagram-worthy day. Ilara had delivered exactly that, but to everyone. The illusion of specialness was shattered. Their memories felt hollow, manufactured. The day was beautiful, but not truly theirs. The magic was gone, replaced by a sense of betrayal. The perfect day was just another copy. When the story broke, Ilara Vance gave a single interview. Surrounded by albums of identical weddings, she was unapologetic. "I gave each couple a flawless day," she said. "Isn't that what they paid for?" She called it excellence, consistent, beautiful, mistake-free. Her approach was about branding and quality control. "My name is a brand. Clients want the Ilara Vance aesthetic, timeless elegance, romance, sophistication." To her, deviating from the formula would betray her brand. She saw herself as a master, not a deceiver. Ilara claimed she was protecting clients from their own indecision. "Most couples don't know what they want. I give them a cohesive vision." She believed her formula saved clients from bad taste and fleeting trends. Their joy was real in the moment. Does it matter if someone else had the same experience? Ilara insisted the formula didn't diminish the happiness she created. "I am an architect of beautiful moments. Does it matter if I use the same blueprint?" She truly believed she had done nothing wrong. To her, perfection was the product. The emotional fallout was, in her eyes, irrational. She had simply perfected the art of the wedding. The criticism, she felt, was misplaced. The blueprint worked. Why change it? Ilara stood by her vision. The debate was just beginning. The story of the 6 identical weddings struck a nerve. In the age of social media, weddings are performances, curated, photographed, shared. The pressure for uniqueness is immense, but the definition of perfect is narrow. Ilara Vance capitalized on this paradox, offering a shortcut to the Instagram ideal. Brides wanted to feel special, but also wanted validation. They were both victims and participants in a culture obsessed with appearances. Ilara's formula delivered what they thought they wanted, but in chasing perfection, something real was lost. The story forces us to ask, when does artistry become control? Ilara's signature style erased her clients' individuality. The weddings were flawless, but hollow. Is a day special because it's admired, or because it's truly yours? The Evermore Bride's story is a modern fable, a warning about chasing manufactured ideals. In our search for the perfect moment, are we losing what makes it real? The echo of white roses lingers, asking if a perfect copy is ever enough.